FC boy, Danny Weed. Hey Dan, let's go to town.
I don't think Capello's kind of the right man for the job. I think, in a way, like club management and like national management are like two completely different things. Like, obviously, until the Germany game, fucking Argentina were looking quality, and like, you know, Maradona, like at his club, the clubs he managed, he fucking only got 2 or 3 wins out of about 20, 30 games. So it's kind of weird. So yeah, I definitely think the management change go for someone who's a bit more like, you know, maybe like Beckham kind of thing. You know, I don't think he'd be the best manager, but you know, he's just someone that would give him motivation and kind of knows the players ins and out.
I don't think they need to change the personnel as such, but there definitely needs to be an attitude change. I mean, it was fucking embarrassing, that game against Germany. I mean, obviously Germany are an awesome side, but they didn't even seem to care, especially Rooney. He doesn't even sing the national anthem. I just think you need to get the players to care more, and then the performances will come. But yeah, but no, players-wise, we've got loads of players. That's all everyone keeps talking about, is how good the players are. They just don't seem to fucking want to perform.
But yeah, a few changes. I think, you know, we just need a bit more pace. Just players like Bonloh or Lennon or Walcott just need to give him a chance probably in the next couple of years. I think if he sticks with the same team that he's done now for the next year or so, then we'll be fucked for the next competition. So yeah, I definitely think we just need a bit of youth and pace in the side.
I think Emil Heskey needs to go because he's a fat, useless idiot. I don't think he brings much to the team at all. Ideally, obviously, like to see some youth coming through, but there's not much of that around at the moment. So, to be honest, I think we're stuck with this team we've got for the next 2 years at least, and then hopefully see us coming through the ranks then.
Well, I think we need an English manager, like Harry Redknapp. I think it would be a good, or maybe Hodgson. I think the England team should have an English manager, like all the other teams. Like Germany has a German manager, Argentinian manager. I think that would be the best thing for England.
You probably have to go for Chelsea again. Obviously, you know, a couple of players are leaving, but they just looked like proper shit all last season. But Man City, you never know. Fucking, they've just spent like 70 or million on a couple of players. Might be over the odds, but you know, they are good players they've bought. So yeah, definitely Chelsea or Man City. I say Man United. I just can't see it happening for them.
Well, as an Arsenal fan, I would love to say Arsenal, but I'm not too sure at the moment. If the new signings do well, Arsenal could do it, but I'd say my money at the moment would probably be on Chelsea. I hate to say.
Well, I'd like to say Crystal Palace, but that's not going to happen. So, to be honest, it's the same teams really. Man United, Chelsea. You know, maybe Man City will have a go. They've bought a couple of decent players this season, so I'd like to see them push for the title. But to me, I think it's going to be Chelsea looking too strong again. So I'm going to go for them.
I mean, the only reason they're welcome in clubs like in football at all is because they're needed. Like, it wasn't them that made football like a £1 billion industry. It was like the football players themselves and the clubs. They built up the pay for players. They kept building it up and raising it up. Where it's got to a point where these guys have to come in to bail them out. They have to look for these foreign investors, or they can't afford the best players. So I mean, it's probably a good thing in the long run because it means it can keep going. Like players, you know, the clubs, especially in the Premiership. If we didn't have these foreign investors, then we wouldn't have the best players in the Premiership. Not all of them have to be English. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter where they're from. The more money they pump in, the better players we get, the more entertainment we get. So it's a good thing, really, I suppose. It'd be nice if money in the whole Premiership just went down, so that clubs didn't fold and there weren't pressure on players and these prima donnas didn't get loads of money. But you know, that's never going to happen. So it's a good thing, I suppose.
Definitely not a good thing. Football's all about money these days. I don't think players play to play anymore. They play for the money. England's players in the World Cup were a result of that. So yeah, I just think everyone's too overpaid. Yeah, wage cuts all around really.
Well, first with affecting, obviously the last two people I said who were probably favourites to win the league was Chelsea and Man City, and why? That's because obviously they've got the most amount of money. So yeah, it is affecting it. In a good way, yeah. In a good way, in a bad way, no. Not too sure really. It's a bit of both because you know you'd want to see more quality players playing the Premiership. It was a bit shit to see Ronaldo leaving. He's fucking lit up the Spanish league. So yeah, it's bad. It's bad in a way that they're going to be probably the only teams like competing for the league probably in the next couple of seasons. But it's good in a way. You're going to see a lot of quality football. which is what you want to see week in, week out when watching telly. But yeah, it's going to be shit for teams like West Ham, who ain't going to be doing much because we ain't got a lot of cash. But so yeah, shitty for us. But I definitely think it will make the league, you know, a good watch this season.